Welcome back to the channel's Super Academico and Blue Eye Patch. Let us keep the reading of my book Clueders, Meire Pop Beyond the Cloud, available on Amazon. In this part, we will keep the reading of the Chapter 8, Clueders Games, Beyond the Cloud. Don't forget to subscribe to both channels and like and share the video. Let's go! At that moment, the bell rings again at Marcos's house. After a quiet waiting and a little apprehension appeared in the door of the office, accompanied by the house's maid, a thin boy measuring about 6 feet, with light brown skin and black curly and meticulously messed up hair, as it was very fashionable among the boys at the time. It was the famous YouTuber Vinny Mayo. He wore brand-ripped jeans, orange t-shirts a little big for him. It was also the fashion of the season, and he had a big smile, typical of anyone being a hit in the spectacular world of the cloud. For all intents and purposes, a clueder, a contemporary, and with luck, a powerful ally. Marcos rose to greet him. "Vinny, I'm glad you're here. These are Leandro and, of course, Meire Pop. We've hit the cloud a few times already. What's up, babe?" "Hi, Vinny. I also enjoy your videos very much." Leandro stepped forward to speak to him, in a clear primate demonstration that he was the strongest, oldest, and master of that female. From the corner I saw that Marcos smirked, for he also knew how much I dislike these gratuitous demonstrations of manhood. I did not want to berate Leandro in front of them, but as soon as he looked at me he knew I had found such action. His body language was impressive, ridiculous. I went ahead and talked to our new friend. "Are you all right, Vinny? Sorry to call you for such a crazy thing." "How crazy nothing, girl. I'm more than believing in this whole mess and traveling with you. Madness is to see things getting madder by our side and doing nothing." True. Still with smiles, we sat back in the armchairs. I was next to Leandro, with Marcos on my right. Vinny was kind of facing the three of us. After some time watching us, he finally said, "Man, you two are very similar. Looks like a cloning." He smiled in admiration. I looked back and forth, waiting for their reaction. They looked at each other a little disconcerted, as if someone had finally said something obvious, in the face, but always veiled. They could not disagree. I was who spoke afterward. "It may be Vinny, but their personalities are almost the opposite." "Is it really, baby? See how the two follow you, and one just need to watch and see they worship you." This time I was puzzled. I blushed under the eyes of the three of them. "I think you're right," Leandro said with a calm smile. "I know you very little, Marcos, but as far as I know, we have little in common except the appearance and the admiration for you, Meire." "Admiration?" Vinny asked with a subdued laugh. "I chose the path of conciliatory discretion, Vinny." We all looked at Marcos, who had not yet spoken. "I think admiration is in good size." He thought for a moment and continued. "But I admired her first." And then he laughed, and Vinny followed. When I turned to Leandro, he was laughing too. "All right, Marcos, you did very well on that one. But we all know who she most admires now." I, who was just smiling and listening to those boys' nonsense playing cockfights, decided to close the question. At last their rivalry reappeared and went off at the same campfire of male vanities as always. They were more alike than I ever thought. I took a very different approach, to show that I was not the subject of any of them. "You know, boys, I was listening to you and I remembered that Marcos told me that he was influenced to see my blog and then look for it by messages in his dreams. But I already told you that I really liked." "I know, Marcos. I'm not questioning that. It's just that if it was, it will be. All the time sending these messages, it means that your admiration is nothing more than a suggestion of mine from the future. So it was not you who found me. It was I who made you meet me." "Wait a minute, Meire. I've never had any such dreams. I met your blog through your cousin, who shared the link with the school guys," Leandro said confidently. "And who guarantees that it was not a message from her to the cousin that made him share the link?" Vinny said again to argue the issue. His specialty in the cloud, with his videos, by the way. "Well, I could have liked it or not. It seems you can't not like her texts." Marcos wanted to compliment and tease at the same time, but Leandro nodded. I said, "Guys, this is crazy. I got here imagining and remembering that it all started after the first Twilight. I spent some time imagining finding a guy like Edward. Oh, my God, baby. Even I know that the wolf boy is prettier." Vinny said, smiling and having my smile in return. "Everyone knows it now, Vinny. At the time we only had the cute pale vampire." Vinny laughed, looking at Marcos and Leandro, who knew they were in the line of fire. Note: I wondered at that moment if it was possible that the fleeting passions of a teenager, at the time somewhat insecure as well as the appearance itself, may have been the trigger of so many extraordinary things. Maybe at the end of the day, I just wanted to tell myself that I was already pretty as well as intelligent and that I would stay even longer, just needed a little push. I think we all need to hear our messages from our future selves. Just open up.
I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Continuing to support the channel's Super Academico and Blue Eye Patch. Subscribe, like and share the video. Bye-bye.